Dust off the Jeep. It's time for some fun as we join the Lone Peak 4x4 Club for a one-of-a-kind ride from Enterprise to Pine Valley.
Then the AYL crew is keeping the theme of full-size rides alive as they venture out to a great Jeep trail outside of Moab in hopes of striking it rich on the Golden Spike Trail.
Finally, Reese and Marianne Stein are showing off a unique project that is close to home and poised to be a great wetlands park. It's all headed your way now. At Your Leisure is next. Back in a second, guys. Hey, there you are. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Ria Rossi Booth.
And we are out at an oasis, which is the place people tended to live back when the pioneers settled this area. They looked for water and built homes there.
Yep, we're right outside Enterprise, Utah, just in Washington County area here. And I'm telling you, this is a wonderful trail. It's long, it's gravel, but it's not difficult. It's great for like newbies.
This is the perfect trail to get your feet wet on. Grab your kids, grab your parents, whatever, because there is so much history along this route. Everywhere you turn, there's another little piece of history, and we're going to share some of that with you today.
Yeah, there's a big old piece of history looking at us right now.
This is an amazing place. It's called the Page Ranch House. The property's still privately owned, and it's still in the family. But it was homesteaded in 1858, and the daughter married the rich miner that was mining iron ore on the other side, and they came over here and replaced the old log cabin with this beautiful Victorian house.
Yeah, this is amazing history.
In fact, the architectural style of this house is so rare that you'll hardly see any of them in Utah.
Yeah, there's lots of rare sights on this trail. Let's go learn a little bit more about them.
What's really fun about this ride, we've never been in this area before, and so we didn't know what to expect.
Well, and first of all, we thought of, Enterprise in northern Utah, and of course it wasn't that. It was west of Cedar City, and so it's like, oh, okay, I wonder what's out there. But it turned out to be really, really beautiful.
I thought it was really surprising to see the variety of the plants and the mountains there. Had no idea that such a place existed because we're used to the Wasatch Front. I think one of the places that really impressed me more than anything was going into the Pine Valley area. Beautiful place, just unbelievably beautiful. One thing about riding with our Jeep Club is it kind of recharges our batteries every month, because we go out every month on some trail somewhere, and it's just really fun to go out with the group and see different things. And we do a lot of historical type riding.
Yes, in fact, this spring we printed a brand new sticker that we just love, and it's in the shape of a heart, and it's blue, and it says Dirt Road Therapy, LP4W. So yeah, it's therapy.
The Southwest is dotted with old historic home sites. This one is called the Hamlin Homestead.
Yeah, so do you know anything about this? Because I don't.
Neither do I. Somebody took the sign.
Shame! Like 100 years ago.
Well,
Look how old that sign is.
Yeah, maybe they're just updating it. They found some new historical data, and so
but isn't this
they'll bring
cool?
it back. It is.
Look at that. This is really cool.
I like what they've done, because they've taken implements that were left behind at the homestead when they built the monument and said, it's kind of like show and tell in cement.
Right, it is. They just like mushed it all in there.
Anyway, we're going to get back up on the trail. We've got some more stuff to show you right now. It's time to go to our where to. Hey, this looks familiar?
Yeah, this looks like an exact replica of the one that's over in This Is the Place State Park over in Salt Lake.
No, that one is the replica.
That's the replica. This is the originale.
That's right. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are on our excursion out of Enterprise, Utah, exploring the mountains to the south and the east, which has brought us to Pine Valley.
What a magnificent little town. It's filled with pines and green and this beautiful little chapel, Pine Valley Ward Chapel, and that says erected 1868.
So-
that is a long time ago.
So at least for the next year and a half until they build a new ward up in this area, this is the oldest nonstop functioning ward house in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints system. It has been a ward for 154 years.
So this is functioning. People who live here come to church here on Sundays, and visitors can come to church here on Sundays.
Finally, a place that's older than I am.
Honey,
No.
you definitely, you know what, but seriously, this place is so gorgeous, just the property alone, but the inside is amazing as well.
And there are so many stories that really show pioneer ingenuity and spirit in building it. Come on, let's take a tour.
Yeah.
They wanted the New England look because most of them had all just come from the east where they had these pretty little New England chapels. Some of the old timers that I used to know that have passed on said one of the hardest things they had to do was match the arch of the stage with the arch of the ceiling. Ebenezer Bryce was a shipwright. When they talked him into actually building it, he said, well, I have to build it like a ship. And so if you look at the curvature of the chapel ceiling, it's the curvature that you would find in the bottom of a sailing ship, except upside down, of course. They talk a lot about the beauty of the valley. And then the chapel itself, it's a shock to a lot of people to walk in here and see this beautiful little New England chapel at this age still being used every Sunday.
This is a picture that visitors don't get to see, but we pulled some strings for you. Take a look at the attic of the Pine Valley Chapel, and you can see that shipbuilder influence. If you look down along what would be the floor under the catway, that's the shape of a boat hull. And it's really remarkable to see from the attic. Look at the size of those timbers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, the craftsmanship was phenomenal, and the way they restored it, really, this has really been an unbelievable treat to come up here and see this. It's a beautiful, beautiful chapel.
It is. Just on the other side of the wall, they have a history room also. This is a place that you're going to want to make note of right now. And they have a complete history of the early settlers and the development of the leaders of the ward, the group, the branch, everything.
Yep.
So there's a chronology. I would call this the chronology room here.
Totally. And all these folks just like they put their heart and soul and everything into this beautiful little chapel, and it feels like it when you come in here. It's just a beautiful, peaceful place.
It is. And we put a lot of heart and soul in what's next. It's off to our Along the Way for this week. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We have arrived at Pine Valley with our friends from the Lone Peak 4-Wheel Drive Club. Been out doing this beautiful historical ride, and what a great way to end. We're at a place called the Branding Iron.
Yeah.
And it's like the restaurant in town, and it's open some of the time, but it's worth getting in line for, so you are here to enjoy the food. Look at this stuff.
No, it's fantastic. I mean, look at this bad boy I got here, this ribeye. It's cool because it's called the Branding Iron because it actually has my initials branded into the steak right there. Can you see that? Yeah,
okay,
RB,
RB.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go along. I'll pretend.
But no, this is just a great little eating establishment. The view is phenomenal. It's
And just
beautiful.
look at the variety of things there are to order. They've got salads
Yeah.
with steak. They've got chicken strips,
Yep.
burgers. I'm not going to be able to put my mouth around that.
I hope you do that, honey. I hope you eat that.
Okay.
Anyway, don't go away because we're going to go take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Ria and I are hoping to win big as we get the Stedman's Yamaha Wolverine out to Eureka to participate in their 16th annual poker run.
Then Terry and Susan Wood are showing off a great getaway for some excellent fishing, hiking, and biking as they take you to the resort at Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Finally, we're getting an inside look at another legend of the trail as we find out how Nolan Stedman got his start in the OHV industry and engineered his family business into one of the top dealers in the state. Now, let's take a look at this week's contest
contest winner.
This week's contest winner was spotted on our recent ride out to Delta, and his license plate number is W62DY, and it looks like he is the lucky winner of an outdoor stove from Camp Chef.
Camp Chef offers the best way to get your cooking done in the outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more info.
And be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Well, we sure want to thank you for joining us today on At Your Leisure. We've just had a blast exploring out of Enterprise, Utah, and you just never know where you'll end up, like in neighboring communities like Pine Valley. It's just beautiful country down here, and there's just so many amenities to back you up for a trip.
Oh yeah, this is amazing. This restaurant was fantastic. The branding iron, the people here, the scenery. I mean, it is just a beautiful. Don't you just wish you just lived here?
I have always wished that I lived right out here.
Well, maybe your husband will move here for you.
And it's even more fun with all of y'all.
Y'all. Anyway, it's been made most fun today because we were with our friends from Lone Peak. Lone Peak Four Wheelers is a great club to get out and explore. They love historical stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're just a great club to get your feet wet with in four-wheeling.
You can catch them on Facebook if you want to join the club. They're great.
All right, as we say, there's adventure around every bend.
Just got to get out there and create your own adventure
At your leisure.
leisure.
All right, who needs to take a nap before we go home?
I do. Not while I'm driving.